last time we have solved certain sums. Today we are going to solve more sum about this. Now they have given in the figure, they have stated that the AB is parallel to CD and line EF is perpendicular to CD. Angle GED is given 126. They have asked to find angle AGE, angle GEF, and angle FGE. Now to solve such angles, first, what is the given? AB is parallel to CD and EF is perpendicular to CD. What is mean by perpendicular? Makes an angle of 90 here. So we get this as angle FED will be 90. So this angle, that is angle FED, is 90. They have given the angle GED is 126. Now angle GED can be written as angle GEF plus angle FED. This is angle GEF plus angle FED will give you the angle GED. GED is given 126. So that is equal to angle GEF plus 90, and therefore we get angle GEF will be equals to 126 minus 90, that is equal to 36 degree. So we have calculated the GEF first. Now we require to calculate AGE. Now AGE and angle GED are the alternate angles, and so as AB and CD are parallel, angle AGE is equal to angle GED as the alternate angle, and GED is given 126. So angle AGE will be equals to 126 degree. Now to find out the angle FGE. As we know this angle, this is a linear pair angle. So we can calculate this as AGE plus FGE is 180 as a linear pair angle, and AGE we get it as 126 plus FGE is 180, and therefore FGE is 180 minus 126, that is 54 degree. So we have calculated all three. This can be calculated again, that is angle FGE can be calculated as we know this angle, this is a 90, because as E is a 90, angle F is also 90, and we get this as a 36, so we can use the angle sum property as well to get the angle. Now in the next question, what they have given, PQ and ST is parallel. This line is not given first, they are just given the ray PQ and the ray ST are parallel. Angle PQR is given 110, while angle RST is given 130. They have asked to find out angle QRS. Now to find out this QRS, first we will draw a line through R parallel to PQ. So we are drawing the line AB parallel to PQ passes through the R. But PQ is parallel to ST. So naturally AB will also parallel to ST. So what we can say, that is a PQ is parallel to ST is parallel to AB. All these three lines are parallel. Now angle PQR plus angle QRA will be equals to 180, as they are the interior angles on the same side of transversal, and therefore we get 110 plus QRA is 180, and the angle QRA will be 180 minus 110, that is equal to 70 degree. Now angle TSR, we are considering now ST and AB are parallel and SR is a transversal. So angle TSR plus angle SRB will be 180, as they are also the interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So it is a 130 plus SRB is equal to 180. So we get SRB is equal to 180 minus 130, that is equal to 50 degree. Now AB is a straight line, and this RQ and RS are the two rays stand on it. So naturally what we get is angle ARQ, or we can write angle QRA plus angle QRS plus angle SRB is equal to 180, because as it is a straight line, this addition of all three angles will be 180. Now replace the values. Here we get it as a 70. This angle we get it as a 50. So 70 plus QRS plus 50 is equal to 180, and therefore angle QRS is equal to 180 minus 120, that is equal to 60 degree. So in this case only the first part what we require, that we have to draw the line through R parallel to PQ. Now we will go with the next sum. They have given AB is parallel to CD. Angle APQ is given 50. So this is given 50. And angle PRD is given 127. They have given the notation X and Y, and they have asked to find out X and Y. Now first they have given AB is parallel to PQ. Sorry, AB is parallel to CD. And we will consider PQ as a transversal. Therefore, what we will get, angle PQR will be equals to angle APQ. These are the alternate angles, and so that is a PQR is given X and APQ is given 50. So we get X is equal to 50 degree. So we have calculated the value of X. Now to calculate the value of Y again, we'll consider AB is parallel to CD, and we will consider now PR is a transversal. So what we get, angle APR will be equals to angle PRD, as they are the alternate angles. Now angle APR can be written as angle APQ plus angle QPR, or that is we can write it as a 50 plus y. So we get 50 plus y is equal to 127, and therefore the value of y is 127 minus 50, that is equal to 77. So we get the value of x as 50 and y as 77. This is a one way. Another way is that this angle is given 127. So with the linear pair, we can calculate angle PRQ first. Then X is known, angle R is known. So we can use the angle sum property to get the angle Y as well. Then also you will get the same answer. Now we will solve the last sum. What is a given? PQ and RS are the two mirrors placed in front of each other, and the AB is an incident ray strikes on the mirror PQ at B and get reflected to as a BC. Then and the C is a point on the other mirror. Again from C the ray is get reflected back along the ray CD. We have to prove that this AB is parallel to CD. Now for that, first we have to draw the normals BM and CN. This is a construction what we have to do. Now first AB is an incident ray and BC is a reflected ray. While the BC becomes an incident ray for the second mirror, and then CD becomes a reflected ray. Now we will draw the normal from, that is a BM is a normal drawn from B, and CN is a normal drawn from the C. The normals are always perpendicular to the point, or where this is a BM becomes a perpendicular to RS. We have drawn this normal because we have studied in the physics the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. And what is the angle of incident? The angle made by the incident ray with the normal is called as angle of incident. And so first we will draw the normal. Now here what we get? We have written the name here, that is a 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now when we consider AB as an incident ray and BC becomes a reflected ray, BM becomes a normal. Angle 1 will be equal to angle 2 as they are the angle of incidence and angle of reflections are always same. In this case, BC is an incident ray, CD is a reflected ray and CN is a normal. So again we get angle 3 is equal to angle 4. So here first we get angle 1 is equal to angle 2, that we'll call it as a number 1. Angle 3 is equal to angle 4, we'll call this as number 2. Now BM is perpendicular, CN is also perpendicular to the parallel lines. So BM and CN will be the two parallel lines. And then as these two lines are parallel, what we'll get? Angle 2 will be equal to angle 3 as they are the alternate angles. We'll call this as number 3. Now first what we have studied, angle 1 is equal to angle 2. That was a number 1. Angle 3 is equal to angle 4, that is a 2. And angle 2 is equal to angle 3, that is a third. So from 1, 2 and 3, what we get? Angle 1 is equal to angle 2 is equal to angle 3 is equal to angle 4. So all four angles are equal. Now what actually we have to prove? That is a AB is parallel to CD and therefore we require the angle ABC. So we'll try to find out the angle ABC. ABC will be nothing but angle 1 plus 2. But angle 1 can be replaced by angle 3 and angle 2 can be replaced by 4. So that will be same as angle 2 plus angle 3. And 2 plus 3 is nothing but the angle BCD. So we get angle ABC is equal to angle BCD. But they are the alternate angles and are equal, and therefore the lines must be the parallel. So we get AB is parallel to CD. That only they have asked and hence proved. That completes this exercise. Tomorrow we will solve more theorems and the sums regarding that. Thank you, students.